Hey, you lovely ladies and gentlemen, unless in case that we've had a gentleman that's joined us. This is a pre-recorded class for a Tuesday chair class during the time that I'll be in Houston visiting my daughter. And it's not so much that I'll be visiting her during that time. I'll be flying during that time because you know that even when I'm on my travels, when I can, I try to do that live Zoom with you all. But since I will be flying back at this moment that we're to be in class, this will be pre-recorded. That means you can listen to it at any time. It doesn't have to be at that 10 o'clock period. But I hope you still do because I do plan these classes for you all. And so we'll go ahead and begin. And I'm going to start standing. So have your chair ready, have blocks ready, maybe have blanket strap, whatever your tools are, have those available, but we will start standing. At any point, if it becomes a little bit much, go ahead and take a chair, okay? Maybe have some water available in case you want to wet your whistle, all right? So nice to see you. I'm not actually able to see you, but I can imagine. I'm imagining your faces, the beautiful smiles that you radiate, and I'm taking those in right now to my heart space, into my head space, and into my breath space. And I want to welcome you to the class with a beautiful namaste. All right, let's get started. So let's get to the back of your chair to begin with. And I'm going to turn this way. And we're just going to stand in a nice mountain pose. You know how we sit in the chair with mountain pose? We're going to go ahead and stand. Find all your alignment, right? From those feet looking down, seeing that they're parallel to one another. Lift your toes, place them down. Feel the essence of the sole of your foot connecting to the earth. Feeling that earth energy running up through your legs, ankles, knees, thighs, hips, everything in alignment. And then taking it up through your torso, having that heart lifted. And so it lifts up away from your ribs. We don't need to lift it right now into a back bend, but just lifting it up, elongating through your ribs, letting your shoulders relax downward, your hands open up into a receptive mode. Your gaze is forward, your head's on straight, and close your eyes and feel the energy that's radiating in and through your body. Maybe you feel your body kind of transferring its weight into little circles. Maybe you're feeling yourself just floating a bit here. Maybe you feel yourself going forward and back just a bit. What we will be feeling is our breath entering in a large manner and exhaling. Also with a nice elongation. Remember those long breaths. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Take your hands to the back of the chair. Make sure that this chair is maybe up against a wall or a piece of furniture that's not going to move, or it's on really thick carpet that's not going to slide, or you have a yoga mat underneath that's keeping it from sliding back and forth. Notice I do not. I'm not practicing what I preach, and I'm not going to stop right now and throw my mat down, but I'm going to be really, really careful. And if I notice that something's going on, I'll go ahead and grab that mat. So right now, let's just take ourselves back onto our heels. Hold on to that chair, but don't pull it back, okay? Just take yourself back on your heels. Lift up through the balls of your feet and your toes. Feel that exchange of weight coming back. We've not really changed any other part of our posture. Then let your feet come back down. Let your weight come forward, still nice elongation here. And we're not coming onto the balls of our feet. We're just letting less weight be on our heels. So this class today is our chair class. We will get into the chair, but I also want us to be exposed to the balancing part so that on Thursdays, maybe you're not afraid to come to that class that's called Balance, Stretching, and Strengthening. It's really yogic in nature, but we're also incorporating the really important aspects of balancing, okay, which takes us out of our chair quite a bit. And now from here, with that kind of forward, weighted into more onto the balls of the feet and less onto the heels, hands on the back of the chair. Go ahead and begin to lift up. Stretch into the front part of your ankle. Press downward. Feel all that energy continue to come up through the crown of your head. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Hand comes down. Slowly let your heels come down. Inhale, lift. And I'm just taking my hand off the chair. You don't need to do that. Exhale down, taking both hands there is a lot more secure, but if you feel you want to lift one arm up as you inhale and take it down as you exhale back to your heels, feel free. Otherwise, both hands just stay down there one more time, each arm lifting. Exhale it down. Inhale it up and exhale it down. So we're going to start with the taller side of the chair. Then we're going to switch it around to the other side of the chair. And I'm going to take myself and walk back. And I want to walk back or maybe scoot the chair so that my hips are over my ankles. So I'm not coming into a down dog. I want to come into this nice elongated spine. We would call this more of a half lift, all right? A lot of times our half lifts are hands on shins or blocks or thighs. We have our half lift on that chair. But feel how your sits bones come apart from one another here. You are engaging through the muscles of your glutes and down through the backside of your legs. You all might have some real bent knees, and that's okay. You're still getting that nice elongation in the spine. The legs will follow last, okay? Take a look downward. Let's take 2 breaths here with this nice long spine, long legs, or maybe a little bend in the knees. But find that length, including into the cervical spine. Good. And then bend into your knees and bring yourself up. Walk yourself back to the chair so that you are in a more of that perpendicular position with your body upright here. Checking back into our feet. See if we can come back into that mountain pose, right? And your hands can stay on the chair, you can release them down. So note, that again was a half lift kind of position. Now we are going to go into more of a down dog, but it will only go as down as far as our arms are on this back side of the upper part of the chair. But now I walk past the point of where my hips are over my heels. I want to keep walking back a little bit more, okay? So that my feet are back a little bit farther. I'm going to feel that a little bit more in my arms, okay? And I'm going to slide one leg back really a lot farther than the forward leg, and then slide it back and take the other one back. Again, maintaining weight down on the back of your chair, okay? And bring that foot back. So here we are in kind of a down dog, We're gonna feel that more when we turn the chair around. Go ahead and walk yourself up. Release your hands. Let's take a couple breaths. As we do, let's do some shoulder shrugs. And at any time, if you feel like, oh, I want to take myself to my chair, go ahead. You may want 2 chairs though, so that you can still kind of modify some of the things that we're going to do. And don't worry, we will sit down in that chair today too. One arm up and swim it back. The other arm up and swim it back. One more time each side. And then let's reverse. Then I'm breathing, inhale. Bring it forward. One more time each side. Good. Let's make sure we're not locking out our knees. Go ahead and shake your knees, shake your hips, shake the glutes. Feel everything that's not too close to your bones moving around and jiggling around. There we go. And then just lift one leg up and the other one up, kind of in a marching position here. Good. And then let's go ahead and turn that chair around so that we've got the low side of the chair. And I know it's tempting to go back into that chair, but we're going to hold off if we can till a little bit later on, okay? So go ahead and face the chair again. I'd like you to take a couple steps back, take your feet at least as wide as the legs of the chair, maybe a little wider, okay? Because where we're going to go into is Utkatasana, all right? We're gonna come forward here, take our hands on the chair. We're coming to a wide-legged forward fold. And maybe my head comes to the chair. Uttanasana, I think I said Utkatasana. Uttanasana, I guess it doesn't really matter. What we're doing here is a wide-legged forward fold. So my arms are on the chair, seat, my head rests there. Can you feel this through the back side of your legs, up into your glutes? If it's a lot and your legs aren't wanting this yet, bend into the knees. You're still getting a lot right here through your hips. You're getting an elongated spine. And breathe here a bit. We're going to hold this for just a bit. Again, with a little bend in the legs. Or if you're ready, your legs extend into a longer, straighter form of a leg. So wide-legged forward fold, Uttanasana. And then take your hands, palms onto the seat of the chair. Push down, lift your torso up into this half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, okay? And trying to maintain the straightness of your legs and your spine. Bend into your elbows, take your head back down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Press in, lift up, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. And take it on down, exhale. Bring it on up, inhale. And notice my feet are under my hips in this forward fold, okay? 2 more, lifting up slowly, inhale. Exhale, taking it down, forehead to your chair seat. Getting a good third eye massage there. One more time, lift up. And exhale it down. Good. All right, bring yourself up. Let's heel toe our feet in right? So we're about hips distance now. Lift high in the balls of your feet, bend into your knees, lift on up, inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, let it go. All right, now we're going to come into down dog. So what we did when we were up here was kind of a down dog, but really it was more of a half lift. Now we'll be able to take our feet farther back, right? So I'm gonna move my chair just so I'm not getting out of your sight. And now I'm coming back here, right? A little bit farther back. See the angle in my spine downward. Before we were like this, straight spine, right? Parallel to the ground. Now we're here with a long spine, more important than long legs. And here we find ourselves in Adho Mukha Savasana, and that is downward dog. Pump it out if you like, taking those feet back as far as your comfort level allows. Good, and from here, walk yourself back up. Bend into your knees. Release, stand up, arms lift up, inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, pull down into cactus, open up that heart. Lift on up, inhale. Exhale, let's bend on over into a half lift, right here. Take ourselves back, walk it back into down dog. Maybe my hands come towards the front of the seat, or I keep it to the side, whatever feels best for you all and your wrists, okay? And then from here, high on the balls of your feet, take yourself forward into plank pose, okay? Really good for strengthening our bodies and our core. Take yourself back, exhale. Take yourself forward, inhale. Everything is in alignment, right? From my heels through my legs and my hips and my spine and my shoulders and my neck, crown of the head. Exhale back. Bring yourself back one more time into this plank. And going from here into something called up dog, where we let our hips come forward. Keep your spine long. Hips come forward towards the front of the chair. And we find ourselves stretching through our bellies, our hips, our chest. We look up. And then we bring ourselves back. Exhale. Walk yourself forward. Bend into your knees. Lift on up, inhale. Exhale, pull it down, open up your heart. And lift up, inhale. Exhale, take your hands on down. Let's breathe here, standing in mountain. Taking transition time here. Before we move into a lunge position. Lunge is going to take us to a place where we have to balance a little bit more than we've had to so far. Arms lift up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the chair, okay? This time we're going to leave our right foot just where it is. We're going to slide our left one back to the ball of that foot. But then we're going to bend into that front knee. So we get a bend here, take a look, ankle and knee, Stretching, I'm gonna come forward here. So you see that back leg, stretching into the calf there, into this lunge position. This is just great to stay right here and you feel that nice lengthening in the back side of your leg. Only those that want to can lift up one arm, take it forward, take it down, lift up the other one, inhale, and take it down, inhale, and take it down. Or we're just keeping both hands pressed into the chair, okay? Good. And from here, let's rise up and bring that back foot forward and find a little walking. Find your hips go talking, walking and talking. That's what we do on Wednesdays. We walk and talk between the two yoga classes. You guys should come out for that if you haven't yet. And then let's go ahead and send the left foot back. Rise high in the ball of that foot. Come in to bend that front knee. Find your position here of where you feel like you got nice length here into that calf. Finding your hips in alignment, your knee and ankle in alignment. Taking your gaze forward, staying right here. Strengthening our legs, ladies, okay? We're really strengthening here. We can go ahead and rise up. One hand, the other hand. And my body weight is forward here. I'm thrusting myself forward in this lunge, right? When we're not using the chair, our bodies come back a little more perpendicular. But right here, I'm enjoying the lengthening of my spine in the back of the leg, the strengthening of this leg as well. And then go ahead and straighten the front. Bring the other one forward and find yourself walking out those hips. Good. All right. Few more here, then we'll get into actually sitting in the chair. Okay. Let's go ahead and leave one foot planted. Send the other one back, and they're both going to stay straight this time. So this is different. We're moving into a forward triangle bend, or I like to call it pyramid. Sometimes they call it forward triangle, but really what we're forming is the pyramid. See how my hip and the front leg kind of comes out? I want to bring it back, okay? My legs are straight. Maybe yours are a little bit bent. Bend into them, and that's okay because we're still building strength here. And then little by little, you'll find that flexibility to have the legs long, but not locking into the knees, okay? We're taking all the muscles here and we're supporting it there without the lock. So you have still a slight little bend, okay? So here we are in this triangle forward bend. You can take yourself a little lower, maybe if your legs say yes. Maybe your arms come onto the top of the chair. Maybe your ears and your biceps come into being close together. We're breathing here. You can be doing this similar in the chair as well, with one leg out to the side and the other one back. Bring yourself up, bend into the front leg, and bring that back leg up, and let's walk it out. And this is a pretty easy way to walk, right? What are we doing here? We're lubricating ankles, knees, hips, the lower spine, okay? Toes, if we want to go up and down, kind of pumping into the balls of our feet, okay? And find yourself here. Let's slip the other leg back now. So my right foot staying forward, my left is coming back. Oops, the opposite, left stays forward, right comes back. And I straighten those legs into that pyramid pose, right? Or forward triangle bend. So do you see that triangle that the earth is making with my straight legs? And I'm trying to get my hip to move forward on the side of the leg that's back and pull the hip back on the leg that's forward, right? And we find ourselves here. And again, a little bend in those knees and protecting the knees by letting those muscles do their job around my knee. If you want, you can come lower, taking your forearms on that chair, or you may be really high here. Keep breathing a few more breaths into the nice stretching, lengthening in the backside of your legs. We don't get a lot of chance to do that when we're seated in the chair. So let's take an opportunity here. 2 more breaths. Slowly rising up, finding yourself forward, bend into that front knee as you bring the back one forward. And let's walk it out here. Notice my hips, how happy they're getting here. My knees, everything here. Good. And then bend into the knees. Let your hands release. Standing straight up, inhale up, lengthen, 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 and exhale, pull down into cactus, open up your heart, and lift on up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down into heart center here. Releasing hands. And now we're going to do a triangle pose with a chair, okay, as a support. And yes, we're getting close to being able to sit back down in those chairs in a more permanent way. But what we're going to do here is open up into a triangle with the toes forward. This would be our 5-pointed star here. But we're going to go ahead and have that chair pretty close to the back of our legs. I'm going to take one foot and turn it out. And again, I'm working on that nice strong base of a triangle. And I'm going to slide my hand up, down, take it to the chair behind me, okay? So I've got that support there. And maybe take my arm over a little bit more as my hand is supported on the chair behind me. Feel that stretch along the outside of your body, into your legs, up into your glutes. Bring yourself up, release your hand from the chair, take your toes back forward. Take these toes, the other ones now, out and away from you. And one hand to the chair, one hand lifts up. Let that chair support you. Let it turn your shoulders forward and hips forward. And if you want, you can release into extended triangle pose here. Nice supportive way to feel strengthening in our legs, opening in the sides of our body. Raising on up, bring ourselves up, arms out, toes forward, and begin to heel toe those feet in so that your feet are parallel to one another. And you're kind of moving in and out of your knees some. There you go. And now let's do warrior 2, like we did the other day, using the chair, okay? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start back with very close to the back side of the chair. I'm going to take from my 5-pointed star, take my toes out, bend into my knee, walk back so I can pull that chair underneath my thigh. So we're getting closer to be able to sit down in that chair. We're sitting now, right? but we're doing our warrior two. So I have this 90-degree angle. I've got this foot toes facing you. These toes are facing away, okay? Warrior two, isn't that lovely? So those of you that want can still do this standing if you like. But when we use the chair, we can really get that 90-degree angle, and we can still strengthen by pressing into that back foot and the front foot, okay? Let's take our weight over and back. One side and the other. Take it on over and take it back. One more time. Good, and from here, let's go ahead and add some eagle arms. I'm going to take my right hand, or the hand of the leg that's bent under that arm, crosses, elbow is on the bottom. Take and hold onto myself here, pulling down. This may be my eagle arms, or I wrap around and lift up, inhale. Exhale, pull down. Right in the center. Lift up, inhale. Take my torso towards that bent leg, and exhale, just bend my elbows down deeper into my chest. Let my chin come to my chest. Back of my neck, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it on over. Releasing elbows to belly button. Bring it on up, inhale. And exhale, release your arms, let them fly up, touch those wrists, let them fly down, pushing down and away, coming in front of you, touching the inside of your wrists, bringing them up, touching the outside of your wrists. Push away, take it down. Press in here, bring it on up. And push it away. Take yourself back to warrior two. Bring yourself over, 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 and down, and over again. This hand again is never pressing into the outside of the knee. It's just gently resting here. You can wrap it around you if you like. The stretch is coming from this side of your body. But again, this arm can come down too, and maybe you feel a little more squeeze when you release the hand down here. If you come here, you might feel more of a twist. So experiment with that. And then taking both arms back into warrior two. Release your hands down on the chair. Let yourself come forward. Press into the chair, knees out, toes and feet out. Lift on up, lengthen those legs. Turn your feet forward. And then exhale, turn the feet out, bend yourself back with knees bent onto the chair. Bring yourself up, take those toes forward and lift on up. Take yourself away from that chair just a bit, back into the front of it where you know it's there, because we're going to use it again, okay? So 5-pointed star. I'm going to go ahead, leave this foot with my toes facing you. This foot comes out, okay? Toes that way. And then I'm going to come into finding my distance, walking myself down onto that chair. Do I need to lift myself up and move the chair? Maybe. Do I need to change the distance of my feet? Maybe. Find what that maybe is for you, okay? And get yourself situated so that we've got that nice 90-degree angle, the nice stretch here. Let me move over with toes facing you. Here, toes facing away, okay? Torso nice and straight, elongated. Crown really long here. Take those arms out. Take a couple breaths. Pulling yourself over one direction, taking yourself back. Bringing yourself over and taking yourself back. A few more times. One more forward. One more back. Using breath. Were you using breath? Trying to have inhale and exhale. Good. All right, here we are back into the center. And from here, we're going to go ahead and take left arm under right, cross, flip, find forearms together, hands together, feet pressing into the earth almost so much that they lift you out of your chair. Okay, but we're going to stay on the chair. Lift up, inhale, look up, pull on down, exhale. Lift up, inhale. Take yourself over towards that bent leg. Exhale, elbows into chest area. Shoulders pulling down, chin tucked. Lift on up, inhale. Bring yourself back into center. Exhale, elbows into belly. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, take it on over and let yourself come down. Rise up. Back into center. Lift. Pull on down. Bring yourself up. Releasing arms. Yes, let them fly. Find your wrists. Push away. Find your wrists here. Lift. Wrists. Exhale, push away. Find your inner wrists here. Flip. Send them up. Inhale. Push away. One more time. Utkatasana. Exhale down. Good. Arms come out. Take yourself back, 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 back over that extended leg. Take your arm down. The other one comes up straight here. Or you can take it over a little bit more, feel more of a stretch. This hand lightly rests somewhere, even if it is lightly resting, not pressing here at the knee, but I just think it's too tempting, so try to not be around the knee. But you can take your hand behind you and really find more of a shoulder opening, chest opening here. Coming on up. And exhale, hands come down to the chair. Let's go ahead and shift so that we are seated on that chair. Feels pretty good to be seated on that chair after all that really pretty heavy leg work. So from here, we'll be doing some more stretching. We might be using our blocks. So have your blocks available. Okay. And right now I have my legs in a goddess position, like a goddess squat. And you can energize this more by pressing your feet into the earth, lifting up through your torso, pressing down into feet that will squeeze into our leg muscles, pressing into sits bones down into the chair. Rise up, inhale. Take a hold of one wrist, press away. Find yourself coming over, exhale, lengthen. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, lift yourself up. That is all about core, in that lifting. Yes. Exhale. Bring yourself up. Take it on over one more time. Using all the muscles there that wrap around your abdominals there. Your obliques. Inhale. Exhale, let your hands release, come forward like you're flying and you have that long, straight spine. Okay. And then take your hand to thigh, other hand to a block. Find yourself just pressing down here. Press down, let your heart kind of open up here. And then lift yourself up and exchange. Hand presses down, the other one comes to block. Find your resistance here. And bringing ourselves up. Exhale down. Let's go ahead and relieve those legs a bit, but work into our hips some as we're coming into figure 4 pigeon pose. I'm going to lift one leg off the ground, bring it in maybe with the assistance of my hand. And if this is a lot, find that other chair, press and place that foot on the chair, or take it onto a block. We still have that external rotation, or you can take it up against your shin. And if so, you kind of have to press in to hold it there, okay? So either here, find the distance, here, or bring that leg on up and find a straight spine. That's the thing. Once we start to open the hips and change the arrangement of our legs, then the upper body seems to feel like it needs to change too. And we really want to stay still nice and long here. I'm going to flex into my foot. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to feel that sensation, that wonderful warming sensation. All right, it's like a tea brewing right here, a nice herbal tea brewing in my hip, right? I can feel that, especially when I have all of my weight of my torso pressing down into my hips. Let's go for a little bit of rowing here. Hold on to your shin, pull your elbows in, body comes forward, then exhale, curl, tuck, round, bring yourself back. Let your heart and chin come forward and curl and tuck and round. 2 more here. Inhale and exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come up. Keep flexing into that foot if you want to keep having a little deeper sensation there. And bring yourself up. Good. Go ahead and release that top leg. Take it on down. And let's take our hands across and come into our little bit of Charleston, right? Yeah. See if you can flip the different hand on top. See how coordinated we are here. And let's take it to just a still mountain pose. Few breaths. And let's go ahead and take the other leg up and over, ankle somewhere, or the side of your foot on a block, or part of your ankle on your shin somewhere, and you got to kind of hold that in, all right, wherever you're able to go, or on top of another piece of furniture. But find something that's going to give you that external rotation and come into really flexing through your foot. If you take your hand and you kind of pull on that foot a bit, come into the flexion a little bit more, you may feel that more in your outer hip. Okay, so sitting up straight and tall here. And then taking ourselves for that little rowing experience, bring yourself forward with your heart, and then exhale, curl and tuck and round, and bring yourself back. And bring yourself forward, exhale. And take it back. And exhale forward. One more time. Taking yourself up and getting into that hip again, that warming part of your hip. We can do this on the other side, but we'll come back and do it because this also helps with the calf, the shin, and into here too. And it also helps relieve those pops that I have in my ankle. Let's go in the opposite direction. Good, and then let's go ahead and let that leg come down. Let's bring the other one up so that we can treat it equally. And wherever that up is for you, take some circles with your ankle going in one direction. Isn't that funny? This one doesn't pop, but the other one does. But I feel kind of a little clicking inside. So it just means I got to keep on moving these ankles. Go ahead and go around in the opposite direction. When you stop moving it, you lose it, right? So we got to move, you guys. We got to move whichever way, shape, form we can. Let's keep on keeping on. Keep on moving. Moving and grooving. All right, let's go ahead and put that foot down and sit in mountain for a couple breaths here as we transition to our next pose. So we did warrior 2, and we're going to stand to do warrior 1, and we're going to stand to do warrior 3, all right, so that we will have done the whole warrior series today. So to stand, let's go ahead and come into chair pose, Utkatasana, chair pose. So there's Uttanasana, which is forward fold, Utkatasana, which is chair pose, and then Ustrasana, which is camel pose. And I'm just saying that because I'm trying to practice and remember those. So arms forward, bring your weight forward, find your feet taking the weight as you come forward some more. Take your seat off your seat and begin to press weight into your feet, coming up into standing. I'll be moving myself back so my head won't be chopped off. Come on down, exhale. Hands release down. Good. All right, let's go ahead to the back of our chairs again for warrior 1 and warrior 3. Okay, so I'm going to hold on here to the tall back side of my chair. I'm going to leave one leg forward. I'm going to take the other one back. I'm going to put it down, no, not into where we were with that lunge. I'm going to place it down, but it's not toes towards me. I want them halfway between me and forward for you, okay, which is about what they call 45 degrees. And then the front leg and the back may need to move because we're going to come into bending into that front knee and ankle in alignment, nice length back here, all the way down into your heel, okay? Hand here, body forward. Good. This is our warrior one position. We're not trying to yank this hip forward. It's just our waist moves forward. The hips are still here, but my chest from waist up, chest, shoulders are more forward, okay? Keeping my hand on the chair of the leg that's forward, the other one lifts up, inhale. And exhale it down. Inhale the other one up. And exhale it down. Repeat that, or those that feel confident and comfortable, lift both arms up. Find yourself in warrior one. Hands come down. Good, you guys, that's great. And I know I've challenged you a lot today with being out of your chair, but we still have that chair as our support system, okay? And let's go ahead now and take it back. Right, we're going to come into warrior three now. So remember this, we did this at the beginning. We're in this half lift, right? You can also take blocks to do this, all right? But you'll be a little bit lower. And so I'm feeling the backside of my legs again. I'm feeling my glutes. And I'm going to slide my left foot back. And only if you feel comfortable, and only that you're not pulling that chair back, you're pressing down on it, okay? Take the back foot off the ground, press through your heel. Find yourself in warrior three. Take 2 breaths here. Bend into the standing leg, press that other foot down, slide it forward. Lengthen your legs, come into that half lift. Then your left foot is taking weight, or the opposite one that did the last time, slide. I'm sliding my right foot back now. I'm going to lift up, maybe just an inch off the ground, that's okay. Maybe no higher than my hip. Find out what your maybe is and make it a do. Right? What's right for you to do. Bend into the standing leg. Place the other foot down. Bring both feet together towards the front and begin to walk yourself up. Taking yourself into standing mountain pose. Good. We're going to come into standing tree pose, then we're going to come back into seated, okay? So let's go ahead, take a hip towards the chair, hand on the chair, okay? And the leg of the side by the chair stays solid, planted. The other one comes open, come onto the ball of your foot there. And from here, this is a great tree pose, okay? You can find yourself here in tree. You can take your arm and grow your branches in tree pose. And you're very solid, right? You can come maybe to one toe if you want, right? The other place you can go, only if you want to challenge your balance more, bringing that foot in. You can see how that shifted my weight. Still stay solid on your standing leg. The other place would be here on your calf. And again, practicing the lengthening of those branches. This hand stays present here, or you can take it up, right? Find, you guys, what works for you. Come on out of it and walk those legs out, okay? Really walk here, all right? Walk it out. Get your hips going. Good. Let's take it to the other side. Then we're gonna come back into the chair. And I know that this was a little bit, again, challenging. We weren't seated as much, we were standing much more. But you guys, it will be really good for you in the strengthening of your legs. And all this time, it really needed to be you making the decision of what was right for you. I'm just offering you something a little bit different. Press into this solid leg that's closest to the back of the chair. The other leg, hip pulls out, knee pulls out. This one stays neutral, coming really high on the ball of the foot or onto my toe. As I do, I take this hand here to my center. I breathe. And remember that when I breathe as a tree, that tree is allowing me to breathe. Taking your hand maybe and growing your branches that are losing their leaves now, right? We've lost the color in them, and now little by little they're falling to the ground. Or maybe you keep your hand here, taking that foot in, still hip out, hand maybe on chair here or coming here, or opening up, expressing themselves. Know that that chair is there. Foot can rise up to calf even if you like. Expressing, hands here, one or two. Okay, good. Put that foot down, woo, and walk it out. Walk it out. Take your hands and your hips and your shoulders and your head and your knees and everything in between and let it go. Good. All right, let's get back into the chair because we're going to do another little letting go thing, and that is our Seaweed Asana. So take your legs into your goddess position, arms rise up, inhale, exhale, right on your left, and take yourself wherever you want to go here. Maybe a foot lifts up from the floor. Maybe it just stays, but I come in and out of maybe lengthening it or just keeping them bent and moving again, my obliques, taking my body left and right, my shoulders, my elbows, right? Everything kind of moving. Ah, yes. Okay. And releasing those arms. That was my right under my left. I lift up. I exhale, left under right. Yeah, let's take it. And I'm just going to tick-tock. You guys do what you feel like you want to do here. And move. We've done a lot of work with lengthening, stretching, strengthening, some balancing. Let's let ourselves just be free here. Rise on up, inhale. Exhale, release your arms, bring them on up, inhale. Exhale, take them down. Go ahead and walk those legs in. Let's sit up straight and tall, finding a hero's pose here, hands on your thighs. Everything in alignment. Going from all of that active, creative movement into stillness here. Good. Go ahead and flutter open your eyes. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow here. Hands slide to knees. Open up hard. Inhale. Exhale. Take yourself into curl tuck round. We did a little bit of this when we were in our eagle arms and our wide-legged stance. and taking ourselves up, and then taking ourselves to one side and the other, and then bringing ourselves in. And come back to straight spine in the center, arms drop into mountain pose, slide down, lift up, exhale. Bring yourself up, exhale it down, slide up, inhale, exhale it over, rise on up, exhale down, hands behind you, interlace or press down onto hips or the seat of your chair. Let your heart grow. And bring yourself forward, releasing hands, hands to thighs, sitting in hero's pose. Congratulations, you guys did a lot today. You really did. And even taking yourself to the chair when you needed to was listening to you, right? That's the most important thing. I'm going to be here. I'm going to say things. I'm going to demonstrate things. I'm going to give you options. But you always, 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 please, please, please continue to plead with you to listen to your own body, to know what's best for you, all right?